As parents, we all know that moment. Our child suddenly covers their ears in a noisy environment, melts down at the grocery store, or just becomes overstimulated by the tags in their clothing. And while some might dismiss these behavioral challenges or suggest that your child will grow out of it, what if these reactions are actually signs of something deeper happening in your child's nervous system? What if understanding the neurological basis of overstimulation could actually unlock the answers you've been searching for and finally provide real, lasting solutions for your child's sensory challenges? And whether your child has been diagnosed with autism, ADHD, or sensory processing disorder, or maybe they're just simply showing signs of being easily overwhelmed by their environment, you'll want to keep listening. It's time that you learn and discover how neurologically focused chiropractic care can address the root cause of these challenges and not just manage symptoms. The CDC has said that up to 40% of school age children today are suffering from at least one chronic health condition. And while sensory processing issues are being increasingly common, the traditional approaches often are focusing on avoiding triggers or just managing the symptoms. But these solutions are missing the underlying neurological imbalances that create sensory overload. The medical system tends to just view these challenges through separate diagnostic lenses. Autism is one thing, ADHD separately, and so on with anxiety. But they're actually connected by one common thread, and that's nervous system dysregulation. So let's talk about overstimulation. Overstimulation occurs when the brain receives more sensory input than it can effectively process. Think of it like a traffic jam in the nervous system. Too many signals trying to get through at once. And this isn't just about behavior, it's actually about how your child's brain and nervous system are functioning. So, how does the nervous system work? Well, there are two key branches of what we call our autonomic nervous system. We have the sympathetic side, which is your fight or flight side. So, it's going to perceive stress, it's your stress response. And then there's the parasympathetic side, which is your rest and digest. And that's going to be the side that we really need to be in when we're trying to digest our food or we're trying to go to bed at night, recover from an injury. And that we call our brake pedal. It's our relaxing, calming side. The problem is when subluxation occurs, children get stuck on that sympathetic dominant side. And it's going to create a cascade of events, typically seeing difficulty in sleeping, digestive issues, and even emotional dysregulation. So in our office, it's very common to see this overstimulation starting from the perfect storm of factors which are contributing to these sensory challenges. And there usually is some type of prenatal stress that we can detect during the prenatal period. And so this can be anything from the loss of a loved one, being laid off from work, or just work stress in general, or family drama. These are all emotional stresses, but the importance behind somebody going through these during pregnancy is that these stresses will actually affect fetal brain development and sensory processing. Now, another really common one we see, and it's becoming unfortunately more and more common, is birth interventions. So things like inductions, forceps, epidurals, C-sections, vacuum extractions. Now, we aren't completely against these, and we totally believe that there's a time and a place for all of these. But a lot of the times they're just used on a whim. Like the mom isn't actually in a position to need these. It's not an emergency. And what happens is when these interventions are used, they're creating physical stress on the nervous system. And then you add in things like childhood stressors once the baby is born. So, a common one would be ear infections. So, now they're getting rounds of antibiotics and even other environmental factors, which can further impact nervous system development. If your child experiences physical symptoms like headaches, nausea, fatigue, or even emotional signs like irritability, anxiety, emotional outbursts, or lastly, even like behavioral challenges, trouble with focusing, meltdowns, or seeking quiet spaces, these are all signs that your child's nervous system is completely overwhelmed. But the good news is that with neurologically focused chiropractic care, we're actually able to test, detect, and locate where your child's nervous system is dysregulated. And we do what's called insight scans, and they identify these areas of subluxation and nervous system dysfunction. And then it's with precise adjustments that we actually help to release that stuck sympathetic stress and activate the parasympathetic healing system for better regulation. And that's what it's like to actually address the root cause rather than just managing the symptoms. So if you've tried everything and you're tired of watching your child struggle with sensory overload and you're ready to address the root cause of their challenges, it's time to explore neurologically focused chiropractic care. At New Ridge Chiropractic and Wellness, we use these insight scans and we identify exactly where your child's nervous system needs support, and then we create a customized care plan specific to just them. And that will help us target their specific needs. The first step towards real lasting change is to measure how your child's nervous system is regulating and adapting, and this can be done with neurologically focused insight scans at our office. These scans are non invasive and gentle and can be done with your child literally sitting right next to you or even in your lap. Then we see how their sensory system is adapting to the world around them, how and where it is stressed, and most importantly, how we can actually help to calm it. So head on over to our bio, visit the link. You can even comment below to learn more. We want to help your child experience the world without being overwhelmed by it.